Greetings. This is Paul the Poke from PaulthePoke.com. Today's topic, Turkey begins filling Ilisu Dam. We are April 10, 2019. Brief overview. We got a map here of what would be southeast Turkey. Focus on the Ilisu Dam here with the red marker. To the south and a little bit east would be Mosul Dam right here. This is all along the Tigris River. And then also we're going to be talking about the Euphrates River as well, following down through here. Your key markers: Mosul, ancient Nineveh, Ilisu Dam. Then, of course, you hear Aleppo in the news, Damascus in the news, Baghdad in the news. That's what we got regionally with geography. Turkey's President Recep Erdogan has issued the order to begin filling the Ilisu Dam, and this dam will withhold the waters of the Tigris River, and experts indicate it will take about 2 to 3 years to fill the lake behind the dam. We're going to take a look at this thing. This thing is a monster. It's about 45 miles from Iraq. It's 1.1 miles in length. This is 443 feet in height. It's over a mile wide. And the basin area is 127 square miles. So that's all the water back here is going to fill 127 square miles. This thing's huge. The dam is looking to produce 1,200 megawatts of electricity to southeast Turkey. Now, when they go to fill this up, it's going to relocate thousands of people. And the water will also cover an ancient town thousands of years old. And so all kinds of archaeology history is about to go underwater. We got some people upset and up in arms over that. Now, the thing that gets very interesting and why we care about it, it's Turkey's the point of origin for the Tigris River and the Euphrates River. And this is of most significance to the people of Iraq. 70% of Iraq's waters comes from rivers in other countries. So recent water shortages in 2018, last year, resulted in farmers leaving their land in Iraq. There were restrictions placed on planting crops, and there were reports of limited drinking water in the southern part of Iraq as well because of this. And when you see what they're looking to do, this is Turkey. Turkey is one of 22 dams that is they have the intention to build on the Tigris and the Euphrates River. And so we'll look here at the Tigris River Basin on the right, the Euphrates River Basin on the left, and look at all the dams they're looking to construct. And we wonder what the impact this is going to be on Syria, on Iraq, on Jordan, all these countries. Iraq's going to take the brunt of it. And here's a quote from Mansour al-Baiji, Iraqi parliament member. He's a member of the Water Committee. Iraq is subject to a true water blockade, and Turkey is using the water issue for political purposes. Iraq must take action to contain the crisis, which may extend for years to come. The UN and international organizations must intervene to solve this crisis. The common rivers are common property, and postponing filling the dam or an abundance of rain doesn't mean a drought won't occur unless Iraq signs agreements to guarantee fixed water shares. And again, that's Mansour al-Baiji, a member of the Water Committee in the Iraqi parliament. Now, long-term water issues, Iraqi water issues, they're not going away because Iran's also blocking water flows into Iraq. And the Iranians have stopped or reduced the flow of 42 rivers, streams, into Iraq. Iran has built 109 dams blocking water flow into Iraq. Now, there are other dams under construction in Iran at this time to further restrict water flow into Iraq. Now, I've got a couple of articles for people who are interested to dig a little deeper. Almonitor.com, Ilisu Dam, Water, Tigris, Iraq. Also, Euronews.com, Erdogan says Turkey will start filling Ilisu Dam in June. Well, he jumped the gun. He's ahead of schedule. He's feeling a little political pressure. The economy's going in the tank, and he's going to do everything he can to stay in power. So, and how does this affect Bible prophecy? Let's take a look at Revelation 16:12. The sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river, the Euphrates, and its water was dried up, so that the way would be prepared for the kings from the east. Now, granted, this is later in the 7-year tribulation, but this prophecy in Revelation 16 doesn't seem that far-fetched when you look at all the constructions of dams taking place. In Turkey, it's not a problem for China to come up from the north and down this way, come across a dry Euphrates. Also, with all the dam construction, it's not a problem for the Tigris River to be dry at some point. And we're going to talk about that next. Weeks of rain, melting snow have resulted in a short-term flooding crisis across Iraq as well as Iran. So we got major lakes in Iraq are now full, and we have the Tigris and Euphrates are flooding. But fear not, experts say everything is okay. And this is from Aoun Diab. He is the water ministry spokesman in Iraq. And he says, we are in control of the dams and reservoir levels. We are not worried about their safety or stability. The ministry has warned people living in flood zones, is coordinating with local governments, and is monitoring the reservoir and dam pressure levels. And again, that is Aoun Diab of the Iraq Water Ministry, and he is the spokesman. You can check this out if you want to dig a little deeper. Iraq seeks to reassure over reservoirs and dam pressures. Now, the funny thing is, I found a Chinese article that also talks about people are getting out of Dodge in a hurry because they have concerns of the Mosul Dam. And Nahum tells us what the future of the Tigris River holds, and how it affects ancient Nineveh, or what is 21st century Mosul, Iraq. It comes with a flood after a long history of bloodshed. Scripture references out of Nahum 1 verse 8, but with an overwhelming flood, he will make a complete end of the adversaries and will pursue his enemies into darkness. Nahum 2:6, the gates of the rivers are opened and the palace is dissolved. And quick note on the Mosul Dam, the problem is that Saddam Hussein had this thing built on gypsum. And so gypsum is water soluble, creating underwater cavities, pockets, holes, caves, and water is filling into that. And so on the other side of the dam, they have people pumping grout, pumping cement for all they're worth to try to plug these underground holes. So the problem's not the dam itself. That's been repaired. And I think they've spent close to $2 billion. Italian firm, I think Trevi is the name of it, has been hired to fix the dam, fix the gates. But they still got the problem that this thing was built on a very poor foundation. So if you want to check the recent history of the Tigris River, the Mosul Dam, ancient Nineveh, I've got a link provided at PaulthePoke.com. There's about a 4 or 5 year history. ISIS had an impact on this dam, didn't provide maintenance. It's going to be a problem. Bible says, take it or leave it. If you're interested in this, you can type here on the blue bar, or type your name in on an email spot. Click on the link, sends you an email every time something new comes out. And this will also be categorized under Euphrates River, Mosul, Nineveh, Persia, Elam, Iran, prophecy. And those categories are over here on the far right column. There's PaulthePoke. But for example, Euphrates River, click on that. There's all the stories posted, all the posts related to the Euphrates River. We also have the same thing on Iraq. And we also have the same thing, for example, on Persia, Elam, Iran, all the ancient names used for Iran in the Bible. So appreciate you guys following along. This is definitely a topic that will be worth following. Also, the Nile River is going to play a role in some of this at some point too over in Egypt. So interesting times. Pay attention. Talk to you later. Bye.